One of the things that I'm so excited about this year in particular is all of the Byblis gigantea that we now have for you guys to buy. For us too, I'm going to keep a bunch for us so that we can continue to make seeds and keep making something like this every single year. But we've actually I've never seen so many Byblis gigantea all in one place, and certainly not here at the farm. We've had this one for a few years, but now I have so many different ones. And we have ones from Kennington, Canning River, east of Perth, and just some regular giganteas over here. We're having a much better success shipping these than the annual species. Sorry if we had some trouble getting the annual species to you, but we're always trying things out, and those are a little tricky. But these, we're so far having a really excellent ship rate on them. We've grown them out to be really big, beautiful plants before we even mail them to you. I mean, look at that one. It's got flowers coming on it, and so it's looking really great. And so I want to talk a little bit about what happens when it gets to you and how to keep it looking great. First off, this is in a akadama soil. So it's largely akadama, which is a Japanese soil thing used in bonsais. It's actually just little clay pellets that come from the cypress forest in Japan. It's very expensive, but well worth it for plants like this. And so it's mostly akadama with a little peat and sand. So that's our soil mix for these. And then the other thing about that is it's a very loose, crumbly mix. And so in order to get it to you without this all falling over all the plant, we're putting New Zealand sphagnum moss all over the soil. It's like a blonde, fibery kind of stuff, for those of you who don't know what that looks like. And we've had some trouble because people see it on there, and because it is a soil itself, people are thinking, oh, maybe I should just leave that on there. Do not leave that on there because it could encourage rot at the base. So you want to carefully pull away any moss or packing material that we put on top of it, and then place it in a nice sunny spot. In Australia, where they grow, these do get quite a bit of sun. Make sure I put this in the right place. Here. They do get quite a bit of sun. So we have these here under one skin of plastic, but are actually just out here in full cooking sun. And their temperature range, they're totally fine. It's going to be like 90, 95 degrees in here. They're from Western Australia where it gets very hot, so they're totally fine with heat. I wouldn't let them freeze below 40 in the winter time, so you'll definitely have to do something with it in the winter if it gets colder for you there. And then frequent fertilizing. We don't use the Maxi fertilizer on these, but you could use the Orchid Pro Max that we sell, or we don't sell, but we use. Sorry, we don't sell that. Or the Schultz Cacti and Succulent Fertilizer is another excellent thing to use. No matter what you find, I would just put like about 7 drops in a mist bottle and mist the leaves liberally about once a week. And I'm doing that with all of the Byblis, and it really does. That's why they're growing so rapidly, looking so amazing. Another really cool thing that I'll talk about just quickly is all other sundews, Drosophilum, they all kind of unfurl like little ferns. And what's interesting about Byblis is they do not. There's no unfurling. They're just growing outward from the tips. And that's how the leaves are forming, which is just kind of really weird and cool. They're not related to Drosophilum or Drosera at all. So it's an example of convergent evolution where they've evolved to do similar things, even though they're in completely different plant families, which is also really cool. And then one more thing about humidity. They don't really require high humidity in here. It's very dry. It's California. We haven't had any rain in a really long time. So high humidity, I would say, is not very important. Strong light, frequent fertilizing. And as far as the watering goes, you probably don't want to keep them sitting in crazy deep water all the time. It's good to let them dry out just a little bit in between watering. It's not like Drosophilum level of drying out in between watering. It's like super dry and shrinking away from the sides of the pot, but more like a Nepenthes level of drying where we're just letting them dry out just a little bit before we add water again. And I think that's all you need to know to be successful with these. And one more thing, it just dawned on me, you will need 2 of them if you want to make seeds. We're going to do a pollination video really soon. So if you want to make seeds of your own, then you will need 2 of these. And then you'll need to watch our pollination video, which we're going to do really soon because it's kind of complicated, but easy and fun.